Good morning with another podcast from ESG Mena, and this time between Geneva and Dubai. Very pleased to welcome Mr. Lionel Aeschlimann from Managing Partner at Mirabaud Group in Switzerland, and Mr. Lionel Artusio-Payot from Managing Partner at Zebra Impact Ventures, and Mr. Fabio, Sofia, co-founder and Managing Partner at Zebra Impact Ventures. Thank you very much for being with us. We are weeks away from COP28. We are in the year of sustainability in the United Arab Emirates. The MENA region is buzzing in terms of sustainability and green transition. As you know, green finance is key in this regard. What do you think of it? How can we accelerate it? What can we learn from each other between Europe, the US, and the MENA region?
Thank you, Sal, for this very good question. Yes, I'm Lionel Aeschlimann, Mirabaud Group. So basically, Mirabaud has been managing money as wealth management house and asset management house for more than 204 years. We represent today the seventh generation of partners. So sustainability, transmission, and long-term are the key values of our group, as well as being independent. So we believe in sustainability as a matter of fact. Europe has been working and developing and accelerating the approach to sustainability, quite a big deal over the last few years. The US has started a little bit later, but is working on it as well, with several controversies going on, as we know. And we believe that the MENA region is absolutely central to this debate. And we see a lot of interest in the MENA region, not only from the sovereign funds, but also from family offices and other investors, to develop the approach. As we know, Switzerland and the MENA region, they had very good friendship and connections for several decades. And the idea of working together hand in hand to deepen and accelerate these topics is indeed a very good idea, we believe.
Yeah, we usually, as you mentioned, in the MENA region, we usually notice green investments coming from the sovereign funds. For example, in Europe, it's the grassroots level, the activists up to the government. In the MENA region, it's the other way around. It's the governments that are leading the transition for different geopolitical reasons and because of the visionary leadership. Hence, we are seeing mostly the sovereign funds leading the green transition and less so the powerful family offices and less so the SMEs and startups. How can we learn from each other and advance basically the Zebra experience in terms of the startups, SMEs, and the family offices to gain momentum?
Just before I pass the word to Fabio, Sofia, and Lionel Artusio, maybe on a more political or general macro view, green finance and sustainability topics in reality must be an effort of all. We need governments to be involved. We need private companies to be involved. We need listed companies to be involved. And finance, of course, can play and should play a pivotal role. But finance alone will not be able to succeed in these efforts if we don't talk about joint efforts. In the field of greener investments, it is absolutely of the essence that to find and to foster and to promote people and companies like Zebra, like Fabio and Lionel, focus really on the private equity sector. More than 80% of the world economy is in private assets, in private companies, not listed companies. This is where employment lies, and this is where innovation and change will come from. Fabio?
No, exactly. A lot of attention has been put, if we take the experience of Europe, on sustainability within the listed markets, on the form of ESG metrics. And what we realized actually is that innovation comes from the private markets and comes from SMEs and startups. So the link between the private markets and the transformation of systems lies in such strategies. And that's exactly why we've decided to focus on launching a strategy on transformation of food systems in the VC and private equity market. It's because innovation comes from there.
Yeah, we recently noticed His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Tok, the UAE Minister of Economy, revealed a very bullish strategy whereby they would like, UAE government would like to be among the world's top food producers, especially after COVID-20, after COVID-19 and all that. We believe that if the Netherlands, which is a relatively small country, managed to be among the world's top 4 food producers, why not the UAE? How can you basically relay that, and how can we advance and learn from each other in UAE's effort to be one of the world's food producers?
Yeah, so on my side, I think that's clearly the MENA region is, let's say, a key potential market for 2 main reasons. The region is really, let's say, food insecure due to, let's say, extreme weather condition, and there is, let's say, also a growing dependence on imports. Today, in the MENA region, the agriculture sectors represents 28% of the entire population. I think we talk about 84 million people, the equivalent of 13% of the GDP. So I think that there is a clear potential there. And as we all know, technologies as an enabler and innovator in the agritech sector chase this type of opportunities and strong ecosystem. So clearly, I think that MENA has the potential to be a leading hub in the agritech region, thanks to this let's say macro environment. But we also see, let's say, a strong push in terms of, let's say, ecosystem. As you mentioned, strong push from the government. I think that the government also need to play a role in terms of financial incentive. This is how the market grow in other markets. There is also a burgeoning, let's say, VC boutique coming in the region, and few, let's say, first significant deal. But I think in order to move forward and to really make sure that it needs to be a success in the coming years, we need to create more bridge between the MENA region and Europe. We need also, because it's key when we talk about agriculture, to bring buyers, and buyers is clearly corporates. So I think bringing, let's say, some dedicated GV in the region, mixing governments with big corporates and SMEs and startups is really key for the future of the region.
We did see many global investments coming into the Middle East. So cross-border investments in the agritech and the agriculture and organic. Some of them have been successful, some of them have not. What is the key success? What are the risks and the opportunities in this regard?
The risk and opportunities, again, I think that what drive the opportunity is what I mentioned previously. I think this is the entire, let's say, new ecosystem around the MENA region. But again, in order to really optimize all this ecosystem, I really think that, let's say, big agritech fund and again the big, let's say, players in this landscape, such as DSM Firmenich, such as Nestle, need to look at how, let's say, the landscape in MENA can be interesting for their business. And there is clear pathway in order to optimize that. So I think, again, creating bridges between the know-how that we have in Europe with all the promising, let's say, topic that can be developed in the MENA region is really key. So we cannot play, let's say, in our own region. We really need to have, let's say, a broader approach. This is why today, let's say, the agritech space in Switzerland is quite successful, because we open doors. We collaborate with France. We collaborate with
technology transfer is pivotal and key in Saudi Arabia, the Vision 2030 here in the UAE. It's not about buying and selling contracts anymore for the MENA region. It's all about technology transfer. In terms of your setup and your relationship with the MENA region, what do you offer in terms of technology transfer and knowledge transfer overall?
Yeah. Well, if we talk about Mirabaud, we have a bank in Dubai, we have a management company in Abu Dhabi. We've been in the region for many years. We are committed to the region. we know and appreciate very much this region, and we would like to develop further in the region. Our bank there offers absolutely all the services that our Swiss bank can offer. We have local employees, we have local teams, we have local management. So we really offer and transfer everything we have there is open for our local clients in the region. Now, in terms of investments for the companies of the fund we are launching with Lionel and Fabio, the approach will be similar.
Yeah, and in terms of, let's say, technology transfer, again, why we are legit also in our investment thesis is because we have also an ecosystem around us. When we mention ecosystem, this is really how to be close from, let's say, top tiers university around all the topic of agritech and food tech. Here in Switzerland, we can talk about, let's say, EPFL or ETHZ in Zurich, or in the Netherlands with the Wageningen University. And we already know that besides Zebra, we can really help specific region in order to potentially, again, create bridge between this top university with the dedicated needs that the MENA region have. So Zebra is not only an investor in startup, but it's also an ecosystem that can really help the MENA region in order to have this type of transfer of knowledge and know-how around technologies. Who can really fit the MENA needs, because there are really specific needs in the MENA.
Yeah, for Mirabaud, for example, what are your top 3 priorities for the MENA region in terms of investments?
So we would like to continue to develop our wealth management business out of Dubai and out of Abu Dhabi on the one hand, and we would like now to expand our asset management business there in the region, particularly the offering of private assets. On private assets, we launch thematic funds on secular themes with industry experts. So it's something very differentiated from other asset managers or private equity houses, because we work really from people coming from the industry, either luxury, lifestyle, real estate, and now agritech, food tech, always with a strong impact approach, because we believe that investing in private companies, while investing in private companies, you can engage, dialogue, and work hand in hand with the management of the companies in a much more efficient and measurable way than in listed companies.
Very important ethics, basically. What is your ESG strategy and beyond ESG in terms of creating another layer of security, basically within the investments, and to limit risks in the region for your investments?
So if I take the example of our strategy on food systems, we are under the regulation in Europe covering sustainability, and we've decided to choose for the most impact-driven regulation called Article 9. So we are a true impact fund, and in that respect, we apply ESG metrics on all the transaction, and we also define and implement impact action plan with all the companies we work with. That means that we need to select the right technology that has a proven contribution to the restoration of nature and sustainability metrics, and also to have the right founders that agree to measure the impact over time. So that's the kind of things that it could also become a transfer of expertise from Switzerland or Europe to the MENA, to also change the mindset of the founders in the way they should drive not only innovation, but also sustainability.
Excellent answers. In terms of coordination, in terms of policies, we believe that the Middle East is learning from the rest of the world in terms of applying the world's best policies and develop those policies. Are you in touch to develop or to advise on developing such policies in the MENA region, in line with your excellent answers that you just mentioned?
Absolutely. At the level of Mirabaud, we would be absolutely inclined and willing and ready to work on these topics. We've been investing for more than 200 years. So for us, selecting a good company is not only looking at the financial metrics, but also the extra financial metrics. which is the quality of the management, the quality of the governance, the quality of the risk management, including social and environmental. Why? Because this creates value or destroys values. We don't separate ethical or sustainability or responsible investment from performance. We think that a well-run company with proper risk management and understanding of all the stakeholder impact, externalities, etc., will be a company that will deliver at the end with a better performance. This is for Mirabaud. Now at the level of Zebra.
Yeah, I think if there is a lesson learned on the concept of sustainability is that we should see that transition as an opportunity to change the systems and to create added value. It's not only about reducing the risk and integrating specific metrics, so-called the ESG, is really to contribute to a transition and to invest in opportunities. And I think a lot of attention has been put on ESG, but if we want to have a success in the MENA region, we need to prove that we can contribute to the highest financial performance at the same time of contribution to the transformation of systems.
Excellent answers. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your answers. Here in the Middle East, ESG and sustainability literacy remains scarce. You have highlighted very key learnings that can be relayed to the Middle East region. Are you planning anything, any focus, any plan in this regard?
Yeah, I think as an ecosystem, I think Switzerland has a lot of advantages, and one of the things we've been contributing is to outsource also that expertise, and we've developed Build Bridges, which is an ecosystem of experts around sustainable finance. And one of the intention is not to stay focused in our region, but also to bridge this with other regions in Asia, in the MENA, in Latin America. And I think one of the concrete bridge we can do is to apply our strategy that we have in that fund with the MENA region. We've already, to provide you an example, we've already done investments in different companies, and several of them, especially one, is expanding now in the MENA region because the technology is properly suited for that region. So it's exactly what we're trying to do, and that's why actually we're coming to Dubai during the COP, is also to look at how the technology can be adopted in the MENA region and what kind of bridges we can build between the two regions.
Yeah, just my last question for all of you. What is next for you in the MENA region?
So maybe in terms of investment, I mean, clearly there is, let's say, key specific topic that are, let's say, attracting a lot of investors, and especially Zebra. So the first one is all the topic around the control environment, agriculture. So here we talk about vertical farming, greenhouse, and all the technology behind, such as hydroponics, aeroponics, new type of lighting, and things like that. This is typically the example that Fabio mentioned. We invest in a Swiss company, and their first, let's say, biggest footprint is in the MENA region, especially for this reason. Thanks to these technologies, the Kuwait already stopped the importation of salad in the region. So I think it's clearly one example that are key for us and one of the key, let's say, interest in our investment strategy. Then we have, let's say, other interests such as precision agriculture and agri-robotics in order to fight water scarcity and crop productivity in the region. But in my point of view, the most exciting one is really the topic around the cellular agriculture, because you have something quite precious compared to other regions, is the opportunity around the concept of energy to food. So because you have a low-cost renewable energy, I think there is a key aspect thanks to this, let's say, power on your side to develop, let's say, new precision fermentation technologies in order to produce healthy food and low emission foods. And I think that a lot of corporates are looking around that. And with that, you can solve your food imports problem, but you can also become one of the larger scale export of innovative products in the agricultural space. And it's already the case, because when we talk about milk and eggs, for example, you have today one of the most, let's say, famous startup in this space called Just Egg, and they receive, let's say, the support of the Doha Venture Fund and the Qatar Free Zone Authority as well. So I think cellular agriculture is really, really the topic for you in the coming years, and we will be more than happy to support that.
Thank you very much. For Mirabaud, what is next for in the Middle East?
So we would like to continue to contribute to finance playing its true role in the real economy, including the local economy, based on these investments, cross-border investments, transfers of technologies, and fostering of new food systems. We would like to offer to local investors, what finance should do. That is to be a hyphen between savings money, between pension monies, between sovereign fund monies, and the real economy to make a difference to the world. Finance should play a positive role, an inclusive role, and be an engine of change in today's world.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us today, and look forward to having you in Dubai soon at COP28. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sal. Have a good day.